Hello students, our today's topic is electric dipole. Electric dipole. Now as the name indicate, dipole matlab it has to deal with two poles similar to the north and the south pole of the earth. Here they are the magnetic poles. Here we are referring to the electric dipole. Now what is an electric dipole? A system of two equal and opposite charge. A system of two equal and opposite charges separated by finite distance is called an electric dipole. So it is simply a system of two equal and opposite charge. Now a system of two equal and opposite charge means one charge is plus q, the other charge is minus q, and they are separated by a finite distance. So it is a system. It is not like an individual positive charge is kept here and another individual negative charge is kept here. They both form a system and they are separated by a finite distance. The distance between this dipole is generally represented by 2A vector. Now why we represent this separation between the dipole by 2A vector? Because we will see that whenever we want to place a dipole in an electric field, then its midpoint will be kept at the origin. So this side distance will be taken as positive and the distance to the opposite side will be taken as negative, where this midpoint is called this midpoint is denoted by O. So whenever we will place a dipole in an electric field, this midpoint will be placed at the origin of the Cartesian coordinate system. So O is the midpoint of a dipole. This distance will be represented by A vector and this will be represented by minus A vector. Now since we have a separation represented by 2A vector, it is a vector quantity. Now what are the examples of a dipole? The example of dipole is NaCl. Now see this, according to our chemistry, Na is plus, Cl is minus. So here also we have 1 plus Q charge and minus Q charge. Both the charges have a same magnitude, but they have a opposite polarity similar to NaCl. And another example is H2O. So NaCl and H2O, there are many examples, etc., are the electric dipole for us. So they are a system. They form a, like NaCl form a bond. So they form a bond at some specific distance. So this distance is represented by 2A vector. Now whenever we will place this electric dipole in an electric field, it will perform rotational motion, translational motion, or it may perform both depending whether the field is uniform or non-uniform. So in the coming days we have to place this dipole in an electric field. Electric field may be uniform or non-uniform. Now when we place this dipole, it will have some behavior. Behavior means it will rotate or it will perform a translational or linear motion. So in order to understand its behavior, we need to define a new physical quantity which is called electric dipole moment. Now if you remember anything dealing with the rotational motion have the word moment, the moment of force, which was referred as the torque. Moment of linear momentum, what was known as the angular momentum. So it is going to perform the rotational motion in a uniform electric field. When we place it in a uniform electric field, it will perform rotational motion. So we need to define the electric dipole moment in the term of new physical quantity, electric dipole moment. Now what is an electric dipole moment? So it is defined as the product of magnitude of either charge and distance between them. So what is the definition? It is defined as the product of magnitude of either of this charge, they have the same magnitude, and an appropriate or a finite distance between them. This electric dipole moment is denoted by small p vector, and its formula is q into 2a vector. So this is the formula for a new physical quantity called electric dipole moment. So see, it is defined as the product of the magnitude of either charge and finite distance between them. Now we write a note, or we remember the certain things about electric dipole moment. Number one, it is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. So electric dipole moment is a vector quantity. Second, SI unit. So it is a product of the charge and the distance. So SI unit is coulomb meter, where C is capital and M is small, so coulomb meter. And we write the dimensional formula for this dipole moment. For dimensional formula is A1T1, that is current is equal charge is equal to current into time, and the distance is L1. So dimensional formula is L1 T1 A1. So that is coulomb, T1 A1 is a coulomb multiplied by meter. So this is the basic information about the electric dipole moment. Now we have written it is a vector quantity. Now if it is a vector quantity, it should have some direction. By convention, the direction of electric dipole moment is taken from negative charge to positive charge. So I am drawing this dipole again. This is my minus q charge, this is plus q charge, this is the midpoint, the distance between them is 2a vector, and by convention the direction of an electric dipole moment is taken from negative charge to the positive charge, and this direction we generally use the symbol p cap, that is a p unit vector. Now if this dipole is along the x-axis, I will write I cap. If a dipole is along the y-axis, I can write j cap. In general, we define it by a p cap because the dipole moment is denoted by p vector. So this is a small p vector. We use the symbol capital P for a new physical quantity which will be called polarization. So this is the basic information about the electric dipole. Another information, the basic information. Now see, it is a system of two equal and opposite charge. Na is plus and Cl is minus. So electrically they are neutral. So the total charge of dipole is 0. So if I do the total charge of this system, one is plus and one is minus, the total charge of a dipole or a system is 0. But the electric field or the total electric field of dipole is not 0 or non-zero. So the electric field is not 0, but the total charge is 0. Now why the electric field is not 0? Because both the charges are separated by a finite distance. Now if we find the electric field at any point due to plus q charge and the electric field at any point due to minus q charge, and when we add this to electric field, then it comes out to be non-zero. But at a far distance from a dipole, if you are very far away from a dipole, then its electric field comes out to be zero. But near the dipole, both the charge will contribute to the electric field, and that total or summation does not comes out to be zero. So total charge of a dipole is zero, but the electric field of a dipole is non-zero. Moreover, we know the electric field of a point charge was kq upon r square. So E was inversely proportional to r square. Now this was our formula for a point charge. Now we will see that the electric field of a dipole fall off matlab it decreases very fast as compared to the electric field of a point charge. तो इसकी जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है वो बहुत फास्ट डिक्रीज होती है, मतलब E is inversely proportional to r square. डायपोल के केस में it will not be 1 upon r square, the power may be higher, that we will see. So the total electric field is non-zero. At a far distance, you are at an infinite distance from a dipole, so its electric field comes out to be zero. But near this dipole, the electric field will decrease as you move away, and it fall off faster than 1 upon r square, that we will see. And also we know that why the electric field is non-zero. So if you remember the field lines, we have drawn the field lines for an electric dipole. Electric dipole matlab one is plus charge and one is minus charge. Now it is a system. You cannot separate this. It is not like one positive charge is placed and one negative charge is placed. Remember, it is one entire system. So if you remember the field lines, I have drawn the curved field lines where it originates from the positive charge and terminate at the negative charge. So this was the electric field lines for a electric dipole which is non-zero. So if any point is inside this field, there will be an electric field. There will be two parts. If I say consider a point here, at this point, find the field. So you will find the field due to plus charge. You will find the field due to minus charge. As you know, we have found this field. Suppose I keep a point P here. Then this positive charge of a dipole will repel the test charge. This negative charge will attract the test charge. So the resultant electric field will be in between, and that was what we said, that if a field line is curved, the tangent gives the direction of the electric field intensity. So the resultant near the dipole, the resultant of the electric field near the dipole is non-zero. At far distance, it may be zero, or at very infinite distance, it is zero. And near the dipole, the field will fall off faster as compared to this electric field due to point charge. So this is the basic information about the electric dipole. Now, as mentioned, the electric field of a dipole is non-zero. So now we will find out the electric field intensity due to electric dipole. Now electric dipole will behave as a source charge. So the first part is electric field intensity at a point on the axis of dipole. So we will find out the electric field intensity at a point, and the point will be on the axis of a dipole. That point is sometimes also known as the axial point. So we need to find out the electric field intensity at a point, and the point should be on the axis of a dipole. So the theory is simple. Let us consider a dipole that is plus q, this is minus q, this is the midpoint, and the total distance between the dipole is generally represented by two-way vector. Now what is the significance of this two-way vector? Because if I say the distance is d or a vector, then this will be called a by 2, this will be called minus a by 2. The total distance comes out to be a. So we have to deal with the fraction. So instead of taking the fraction, we have denoted distance by 2a vector. So half is a, another half is a, and depending upon the axis, positive, negative axis, we write plus a or minus a. So we need to find out the electric field intensity due to dipole on its axial point. So the first is, consider a dipole separated by a finite distance, two-way vector. Now you have to consider a point P on the axis of a dipole. So you may consider one point here, that is also the axis of a dipole. The dipole is along the x-axis. Or I can take a point here also. First I denote the direction of a dipole moment, which is from negative charge to the positive charge. Now let us consider a point P. Now this is point P, whose distance from the origin is taken as x. Now this distance is a vector, this distance is minus a vector. So I consider a point P. It is not necessary that I should consider a point outside plus q. You may consider point P outside minus q. In between we are not taking, because it is a system of two equal and opposite charges. NaCl, they have already formed the bond. So we cannot place a point P in between NaCl. So we are taking a point either outside Na or near to Na or near to Cl. So I have considered point P here. Let the distance of a point P is x from the center of a dipole, and this center is also the origin. Now there are two sources, so you will find out the electric field intensity at point P due to plus q charge, due to minus q charge, and then we apply the superposition principle. So electric field intensity at point P due to plus q charge of electric dipole is, now I give the symbol E plus q vector. So E plus q matlab electric field intensity at a point P due to plus q charge vector. So first I write the magnitude. Now here I keep a test charge. In order to find out the electric field intensity, you have to keep a test charge. When I keep a test charge here, test charge is positive. So this plus q charge will repel it. So this is the arrow and I name it E plus q vector. Now electric field intensity at point P due to minus q charge, it will be attracted. I draw a small length because attraction will be less as compared to repulsion. Also remember the distance between the dipole, this 2a is very small. So we will see it is called a point dipole. But for to understand this topic, we are drawing this distance very large. Otherwise, the distance between these two charges are very small. And if limit delta 2a tends to 0, means if the distance is extremely small, then the electric dipole is referred as a point dipole. So to understand this topic, we are enlarging the diagram. Now I kept a plus q charge here, so this plus will repel it. I keep a test charge here, it will be attracted. You see the length, the repulsion will be more. because we are near to the plus q charge. If you draw point P here, the attraction will be more. So E plus q charge, magnitude. So how the magnitude of electric field is written? K source, distance between test and source. Now this entire distance is x from the origin, and this portion is A. So this portion becomes x minus A whole square. And you see the direction. The direction is in the direction of a dipole moment. So we have denoted P cap vector along the negative x-axis. So I put a minus sign here and P cap because, plus P cap because it is in the direction of a dipole moment. So the distance is x minus A and the direction is along a dipole moment. Similarly, electric field intensity at point P due to minus q charge of dipole is now E minus q. So its direction is opposite to the dipole moment. First we see the distance. This is x and this is A. So distance is K source x plus A whole square, and the direction is opposite. So minus P cap. So E plus Q is in the direction of a dipole moment. E minus Q is opposite to the direction of a dipole moment. We are taking the distance only. So I am not considering this minus A or plus A sign. Simply I am finding the distance. This distance is suppose 5 meter. This distance is 2 meter. So this distance becomes 3 meter. Similarly, this is 5 meter. This is 2 meter. So resultant becomes 7 meter. So these are the two electric field intensity because we have a two charges in a system. Now, using the superposition principle, the total electric field intensity. So total electric field intensity on axle point. So EXL is equal to, now we take the summation of this, E plus Q vector plus E minus Q vector. So the equation is written in a vector form. So if I write this or I substitute these values, EXL is equal to E plus Q charge. So KQ x minus A whole square, and E minus, so I substitute this minus sign, P cap is a common, so minus KQ x plus A whole square and P cap. What is P cap? Again you see the diagram, P cap is from negative to positive charge. And it should also be clear that since E plus Q is more, your resultant will be in the direction of a dipole moment. So we will see whether our answer is in the direction of dipole moment or not. Now, if I take this LCM, it comes out to be denominator A minus B, A plus B. So I write x square minus A square whole square. KQ is common. Now x plus A whole square. So x square plus 2ax plus A square. Then x minus A whole square, and we have a minus sign here. So minus x square plus 2ax minus A square. So cross multiplication KQ is taken common. X square cancelled, A square cancelled. So you are left with 4ax. So EXL is equal to 2ax, that is 4kq ax upon, so here we have a P cap also, x square minus a square whole square p cap. So we got plus p cap, matlab the resultant is in the direction of a dipole moment. Now because we have defined the electric dipole moment. Now what is the electric dipole moment? So if I write a magnitude of p vector, it is q into 2a. So what is electric dipole moment? It is the product of magnitude of charge and the distance between them. Now I am not writing p vector, I am taking magnitude. So q into 2a. We have q here. This 4a can be written as, this 4 can be written as 2 multiplied by 2. So we give 2a to this quantity, it becomes 2 kp x upon x square minus a square, the whole square, and the direction is p cap. So our final answer is 2 kp x p cap, that will give you the direction x square minus a square whole square. So the resultant electric field intensity is along the direction of a dipole moment. So what is the conclusion? We conclude, in this case, we conclude that the resultant field is in the direction of electric dipole moment. So this is the final answer, 2 kp x upon x square minus a square upon whole square. You remember this x is the distance of a point from the midpoint or from the center of a dipole. So you have to remember like this, 2 kp x, x is the distance from the center of a dipole, upon x square minus a square, where a is the half of the total distance, whole square, p cap, where p cap is the direction of a dipole moment which is from negative to positive charge. Now since p cap is from negative to positive, the E axle is also from negative to positive. Now remember this, I said earlier, if limit mod of 2a tends to 0, means this distance is very small. If limit 2a vector tends to 0, I am taking the mode, means the distance is very small, then such dipole is called point dipole. Such dipole is called point dipole. Now there is a case for this. This is our final answer. Now for point dipole, for what does point dipole means? Point dipole means this distance is very small. So for a point dipole, if x is greater than a, now this is a condition, this distance is very small and our point distance was taken as x from the midpoint, this point is lying at a far distance. So this, from this equation, because x is very large, I neglect a square. So for a point dipole, if x is greater than a, then E axle is equal to, now I eliminate this a square. So if a square is gone, we get x square square, that is x is to 4, and 1x is cancelled. So 2 kp, this will be x upon x is to 4. So x cube, and the direction is p cap. So this is the condition for a E axle or for a point dipole, or if a point P is lying at a far distance from a dipole. So E axle is equal to 2 kp, where P is Q into 2A. So this is the electric field intensity at an axle point. Clearly, you have to remember this E axle is inversely proportional to the cube of the distance of a point. This x is the distance of a point from the midpoint or from the center of a dipole. So what we said earlier, the electric field intensity fall off very fast as compared to 1 upon r square. So you may take this distance as r if you want, then in our expression it should be 1 upon r cube. So as compared to point charge, E was inversely proportional to square of distance. Here it is inversely proportional to the cube of a distance. I have taken the distance of a point P from the center as x. You may take the distance as r also, so that you can easily compare it with a point charge. Now here you have to remember, I have taken the point P, outside plus Q. I may take a point P here also. Now if dipole moment direction is from negative to positive. Now this our topic is over. This derivation was derived by taking point P outside the plus Q charge. Now I am taking a point P on this side, outside the negative charge. So I place a test charge here. Dipole moment is from negative to positive charge. There will be a force of attraction. So I label this as E minus Q as we labeled earlier. There will be a repulsion. Now repulsion will be very small. That is E plus Q. So what will happen? This value is more than this. So in this situation, the resultant comes out to be again in the direction of a dipole moment. Here also the resultant comes out to be in the direction of a dipole moment. So even if I change the point, sometime what happens, we think that we have changed the position, so the resultant will also change. But you see, E minus Q will be greater than E plus Q. So the resultant will be E minus Q minus of this. So resultant again comes out to be in the direction of an electric dipole moment. So for an axial point, you have to remember that the electric field intensity is always in the direction of the dipole moment, provided the point is along the axis. It does not matter where the point P is outside plus Q or it is taken outside the minus Q. So this is the basic information. First part was the basic information about the electric dipole and electric dipole moment. And one part is we have found the electric field along the axis of a dipole. In the next lecture, we will find out the electric field intensity on an equatorial plane or an equatorial point. Equatorial point means the perpendicular bisector of the line joining the two charges. So in the next lecture, we will take a point P on an equatorial plane, or the point will be perpendicular bisector of the line joining the two charges. So this is what we have for today's lecture. Have a good day.